So I tried a little trick with a laying worker colony. It was a pretty large colony. A lot of times by the time it goes laying worker and you figure it out, you know, you're down to just a few frames of bees, and they're old bees, and it just isn't a big deal. You know, they're basically dead. This one had only 9 frames of bees in it. It's just one I missed. When I went back to see what the hell happened, I had it marked as needed attention and a clean, and I didn't get back to it in time. It was still a really strong colony when I caught it. And I didn't really want to just shake them out. I removed them from their spot on the pallet. I put another colony in there with a queen that was just taken off. She had 6-7 frames of bees. So my concern was, if I brought it, you know, to the other side of the property here and shook them out, that they were going to fly back there and hammer that new colony. 8 or 9 frames of bees all hitting 6 frames of bees at the same time, we could have some pretty major battle thing going on. So the trick I tried, and it seems to have worked to some degree, I moved it, we're probably half a mile away with the laying worker colony. I moved it in the middle of the day, so there were already some field bees out, so they were going to come back and find this other colony there. But they're bringing stuff back. They've got nectar, they've got pollen, they've got water. They're bringing things in, and they're coming in, you know, 1, 2, 3 at a time versus 7, 8 frames at a time showing up back there. So when I moved it, my hope was most of the field force that would fly out for the rest of the day would go back to the new colony I put in and boost their numbers. And when they went back, they would go back with something, because they flew out of their colony that I'd moved, went and collected what they were going to collect, and then went back to where their old home was. I also hoped that the next day, when there weren't any field force, that more bees would fly out. So the next day there would be bees still finding their way back to the original home. And then I was going to leave it a week or so and then come shake them out, which is what I'm here to do today. And it seems to work. There's still some bees in here. The box that I put in place where these girls used to be has boosted in numbers, and she's going to town. So I think all in all that the plan was fairly successful. I will move this one a little ways away and shake them out again, and then they'll come back to this part of the yard and find a place to go. So hopefully the one right behind them, because it could use some help. But anyway, that was my thought, and I believe it was fairly successful. So the colony here on the bottom left, number 29, was the small 6, 7, 8 frames that I put in there, and I moved the laying worker away. It's pretty obvious they got a hell of a lot more bees in there now. So I think the experiment worked in filling this up. A couple of days after I did it, she was still in there laying. I'll probably try to get in there tomorrow morning and make sure that she's still in there and doing okay. But I would say they've got a pretty good population of bees. So anyway, that's kind of a cool thing to be able to do, to get those to go in and boost somebody on purpose, instead of them just scattering around and going to wherever they go. Because a lot of times they're going to draw to the stronger queens, the stronger queen pheromones, and those ones aren't the ones that need help. So anyway, little experiment seemed to work.